Right. So just a little bit about myself, and about my experience and background that has enabled me to be of service as the CEO and founder of Psychable, as well as supporting hundreds of clients and students in my private practice. I found my way to this path in my life's work through my own healing journey. This was around 7 years ago. I was highly burnt out. I was a high functionally depressive person. I've dealt with depression pretty much all my life, even since childhood. I just got really good at putting a smile on my face and pretending to the world that everything was fine. And I got so sick to the point where I couldn't get off from bed. I had all types of mysterious symptoms come up for me. Globs of my hair fell out. I had developed brain fog. I had low fatigue. I had fallen into major depression. At that point, I had spent tens of thousands of dollars seeing all types of Western medical doctors. I had been on all types of SSRIs, antidepressants, nothing which worked for me. And really no doctor could tell me what was wrong or give me a diagnosis. So you could say I hit rock bottom after dealing with just years of mounted stress, pressures from work, from life, and just dealing with just constant anxiety. And the short of it is it was through my work with plant medicine that lifted me out of my depression for the first time in my life. And it also gave me a renewed purpose back in my life. And I can earnestly say that I am here today, still alive because of this work and because of this medicine. And after a decade of deep study, research, and working with top healing specialists in the world, I have integrated all of the healing modalities as part of my practice. And after this work saved my life, I made a commitment to this work. And I am deeply passionate and deeply devoted to this work. And I have deep, profound respect for these sacred medicines. And it's just really important for me to provide the utmost safest container to those that I work with. So I'll just say that after my first plant medicine experience, it was first to study this work from a Western perspective and an indigenous perspective. So from a Western perspective, I have my master's in the field of psychology focused on psychedelic assisted therapy, and also to provide a solution that I didn't see in this world, right? It was leveraging all of my corporate startup experiences. I found it Psychable as a way to apply my deep passion for the transformative power of plant medicine, psychedelics, and holistic healing by connecting millions of individuals like yourself who are struggling to find the right help and to give them the access to more innovative solutions like plant medicine, like psychedelics, and holistic approaches to really help support their healing journey. And just to take it a step further, I've also trained, facilitated, and apprenticed with various indigenous communities. So it's about blending and bridging both of those worlds together. And I also have a private practice where I have an extensive experience working with hundreds of individuals, specifically dealing with depression, anxiety, PTSD, addiction, and all other various types of mental and physical ailments. And so my approach is grounded in working collaboratively with you as an individual and really work with you to get you back in touch with your body's innate intelligence, its innate wisdom, and allowing that intelligence, that wisdom, that truth to come forward. And so I'll just say finally, what really sets me apart is just my own personal journey of resolving my own mental and physical ailments like depression and autoimmune issues. And this was really through healing the root causes in conjunction and with plant medicines, nutrition, environmental, relational, and holistic lifestyle choices. And really, this is the firsthand experience that really fuels my commitment to helping you as well as others on their path to wellness. So I want to take a moment to talk about really what this workshop is going to provide you today. It's really going to provide a holistic approach to addressing depression and mental health challenges, really offering you a practical support, practical strategies to heal and to really have results and lasting transformation. So before we dive in today, let me first start by saying, there is so much to unlearn and learn in this process. So I just ask and invite you to keep an open mind and an open heart for today's time together. And really what I'm teaching here today and sharing with you, the intention is to be an ultimate service for you and your highest good. And because the fact of the matter is, when you are healthy, you are in your power, and you can make a longer lasting, bigger, and more positive impact in this world, because we need you. And I believe that each of you has been called here today because you sense there's something that is greater at play than what is meeting the eye, right? And so today, I'm not going to dive into any theories. I'm not going to dive into any dogma today. I'm just going to really break things down in a very clear and straightforward way. And this is exactly what I wish somebody had done for me when I was in the depths of my depression, struggling to barely even survive, right? And really, that's why the team and I at Psychable created what's called the Healing Compass program, because we wanted to offer you a simple baby step approach to applying these principles, these foundational principles in your life, so you can start seeing and feeling positive changes in your life. So I just invite you to suspend all judgments. And you may realize that there's really a lot of information, right? There's a lot to learn. There's also a lot to unlearn. So some of the things that I'll be sharing with you may not be new information, but it's at least bringing that awareness to the forefront of your consciousness. And also, some of the information I might be sharing with you might warrant a mind blown emoji here, right? So I can assure you that no one is approaching this quite like the way we are. And this is the first time that I'm teaching this in public. And instead of just with practitioners, and I'm really trying to just give you the information directly. And you're probably asking why, right? Why? It's because we want to walk this path with unwavering devotion, fully committed to serving you in the highest way possible. And so we're also addressing challenges that many of you may be sensing, but either don't know how to address them or solve them, right? So we want to give you that practical step. We want to give you the practical tools. So I ask that during this presentation, just go ahead and keep your cameras off, keep yourself muted at all times. We're going to then transition into the breathwork portion of today's workshop. So I'll then ask you at that point to turn on your cameras. Also take a moment to update your participant name in Zoom so I can speak directly to you, and also make any adjustments during that time together when we're doing the breathwork session. And also, I want to ask for your consent, right? Your consent to allow me to offer you the help and the support during our time together today. So if you agree, feel free to type a yes in the chat. And I invite you to engage with one another in the chat too, and drop any questions and comments. And if we have time, we will do our best to get to them. So the foundation of what informs our practice is really around providing you with the utmost safety. It's about meeting you where you're at and connecting you with that inner intelligence, knowing that your body has that innate intelligence and wisdom. And ultimately, this is about reminding you of how powerful you truly are. And this is not about me being better than you or you being better than me. This entire process is about remembering. It's a remembrance, right? So today I'm going to take you through how I and hundreds of other of our clients that I have supported have healed their depression along with other chronic conditions. And this, again, has been a decade of my work, which I've been able to transmute that to what we are calling the Healing Compass program. So for those of you who have been following my work, you know that I come from the psychedelic assisted therapy space. So for those of you that are interested in integrating plant medicine or psychedelics as part of your healing process, these are the foundational principles when it comes to the integration and the healing of the body, right? Plant medicine and psychedelics, it's just one component to the bigger whole. So for those of you that are new to this work, and I'm just going to continue to invite you to do your research, go on Psychable. We have hundreds of articles on there to give you the education so you can make the most informed decision for yourself. But if you're not ready for it, that's okay. These are still the foundational principles when it comes to healing the body in today's modern world. So let's jump in. We know that depression and other mental health issues oftentimes are leaving us incredibly disconnected from our bodies, our environment, our sense of self. But what if it's more than just mental health labels, right? What if it's about actually healing the root cause, because we know that depression, anxiety, all that, those are symptoms to a root cause. And so what if it's also about healing deep-rooted traumas that's also passed down through generations, restoring the spirit, the body, the mind, the soul, and aligning your life with your true self, with your true purpose of why you are here. So this work, this is our why behind our work, and it's focused on healing the body and allowing you the ability to not only heal, but to thrive. So the approach that we offer here really helps you reconnect and balance the mind, body, soul, and the spirit along with that environment to support you, and ensures that the healing is sustainable. It's not just a temporary solution or a temporary fix. And so we know that when we do this, we are addressing underlying factors like inflammation, energy levels, environmental toxins, and much more. And lastly, I'll just say, remember, your body is always working to heal itself. So by addressing these unseen, invisible forces and these underlying factors at play, you can start shifting your body from a state of constant strain to one where it has a real fighting chance to start to heal. So with our Healing Compass program, these are the 12 foundational principles, right? Today's goal is to provide you with these practical tips, understanding the 12 foundational principles to not only overcome depression, but to heal and to thrive in today's modern world. And so these are the principles that we follow as that foundation to help support you, to help you learn how to really start healing and start thriving in your life. So jumping in here, I know we're a little bit short on time today. We're going to do breathwork session. So I'm not going to go into too much details. Maybe perhaps we might do another workshop at another time, but I'll try to kind of just cover the really high level. We know that one of the most common symptoms of depression, right, is low energy, it's chronic fatigue, it's brain fog, it's tiredness, it's that lack of motivation. And really, why is it important, right? When we increase your energy, you're going to be better equipped to engage in the right activities that support you in getting your life back and more in alignment with your life purpose. And so there's a couple things here that are those actionable steps that you can start taking, right? We want to incorporate the gentle movement. We want to walk in the AM and PM right before sunset. And when you feel called, you can also explore microdosing in a really safe, intentional, spiritually aligned way. And so for those of you that are wondering, what is microdosing? Well, it's one of those things that really can help jumpstart and give you the reset, right? Of how you're feeling and that cycle of that depression that you're experiencing. And so microdosing involves really taking a small perceptual dose of psychedelics like psilocybin to enhance your mood, to enhance the energy, have more cognitive function without experiencing that full-blown psychedelic experience. And so microdosing can support increased focus. It can give you that productivity. It can give you the creativity and also improve your emotional well-being. And it also creates the neuroplasticity in the brain to help you form new patterns, new behaviors. And it might also help you regulate the body's systems, which also lead to overall better energy and better quality of sleep. So there's a study on this slide here that further confirms that psilocybin is a breakthrough therapy and is in a phase 2 study that's recently published in a medical journal. Moreover, the psilocybin revitalizes those neural networks. So this results is just one of the many benefits improving your overall well-being. And so in the Healing Compass program, we offer that microdosing protocol centered on safety, intention, and spiritually aligned way, giving you all those checklists so you know how to really do this in a safe, intentional way. And so, the morning and evening walks, right? It stimulates that cortisol release. It boosts the neurotransmitters. It releases the serotonin, the dopamine, so it can really help improve your mood, the cognitive functions, and give you mental clarity. Okay, jumping into restful sleep. So, obviously with many people who are struggling with depression, they're also struggling with insomnia and oversleeping. And so what is happening, right? What is happening right now? Well, EMF, electromagnetic field or frequency, is getting stronger, which also causes inflammation in the body. And we'll jump into that in a little bit. But there are more chemicals now and toxins in our food, in our water that are entering into our body that it's also disrupting it. And also there's parasitic infections. And I don't care where you are in the world, whether you're first world, third world, we all have parasites in our body. They come by way of our food and our water. And so we're going to speak more into that in a little bit. But what you can do immediately is you can start reducing the EMF and blue light exposure around you. You can watch your diet, your timing. You can align your sleep with the circadian rhythms. And you can establish a more consistent sleep schedule. All right, the next thing is the nutrition, right? As another foundational principle. What you need to know is what you eat directly impacts the brain, its chemistry, and it has a direct impact in how you feel. And so first, we need to realize that there is a direct correlation between depression and inflammation in the body. And so we need to also understand that we are being exposed to so much chemicals. We are exposed to neurotoxins like glyphosate. Glyphosate is Roundup, right? It's in our food, it's in our air. The levels of glyphosates in our body, in the bodies of people in some areas appear to have jumped over 1,300% in the past 20 years. So processed foods, right? They contain these harmful chemicals, these ingredients, these toxins that can worsen the inflammation in our body and also affect our mood. And so really it's important to consume whole unprocessed foods. And also in our program, we offer aspects of how to address depression and mental health issues and giving you that protocol, giving you the right nutritional approaches, and really curating an anti-inflammatory approach to your nutrition. And so some of our clients, even though we don't talk about this, is they've reported even losing significant amounts of weight. And really what this slide is showing you here is that 5 giants control the global consumer brand market, right? And so these are things that are happening at a mass production scale. And when these are happening at a mass production scale, you better believe there are much more chemicals, there's much more heavy metals leaching into our food, right? The food that we had when our parents and our grandparents were around, it's not the same ingredients, right? Now, there are ingredients that are being put into our food that's not even allowed in other countries. So we need to have that awareness and we need to be aware of these things. And so here's a slide that's really telling you really about, without our awareness, we are unknowingly being poisoned and therefore also getting sick. And all of this, you better believe, is impacting our mental health and our physical health too. So the next slide is, sorry, I'm just kind of going a little quicker here because we're running out of time, is body energy talk therapy work. So look, talk therapy and body energy work, right? Those are the tools in our toolbox for our mind and body, right? Depression is often manifested physically, leading to the tension, the fatigue, the sense of disconnection. And this is really where we need to call in a toolbox where you have like your acupuncturist, your chiropractor, your masseuse, your therapy, your therapist and your coach. Because when you've endured trauma in your life, that trauma doesn't make you stronger. It actually damages the nervous system. And it's also hijacking your digestive tract. So it actually constantly keeps you in that loop of hypervigilance, right? So when you have these different modalities, you have these tools in your toolbox, you're able to start releasing any stored trauma, which also may be contributing to your depression and mental health issues and also chronic pain. So this encourages that flow of energy, right, to continue to move, which also promotes the healing. The next slide we're going to talk through is clean air and clean water. So we are at a time where there is polluted air and polluted water, all which is contributing to our mental and physical health issues. And that's just also compounding if you are dealing with depression. In America, majority of our water system is toxic. And also our air has toxins as well. And there is significant environmental and public concern. And so what's happening is we're not only drinking polluted and toxic water, we're also breathing that in. So really having clean air and clean water is going to be able to support you in your recovery process. The next thing I wanted to talk about is detoxing from metals, parasites, environmental toxins, and chemicals, and even testing for mold. We need to understand that the root cause of inflammation in the body is toxins. And so when it comes to detoxing from environmental threats, we need to think from a more holistic basis. We are often exposed to these heavy metals like mercury and lead, which can come from these everyday sources, right? From our food, the dental fillings, even our water. And so these metals can accumulate in our body, which causes more brain fog, fatigue, and other systemic issues. So effective detox strategies can really help clean up all of those toxins in your bodies. Another big culprit is parasites, right? Parasites can cause digestive issues, chronic fatigue, depression, anxiety, and chronic pain. And we have also in our program, one of the most effective parasite cleanses is part of the Healing Compass program. And finally, the mold exposure. Listen, over 70% of American households have some form of mold. And you know what else? Parasites, they love mold, they love chemicals, they love sugar, and they love dairy, right? So all of this is contributing to and adding to all these like hidden factors that are really contributing to the way that we're feeling. So the biggest takeaway here is that we need to start detoxing our bodies. We need to detox ourselves in order to start to get well and to help with our recovery process. The next thing I want to talk about is reducing that inflammation. So we are being exposed to over 7,000 chemicals, and only 5% of the chemicals are being tested. And we are being inundated with those toxic chemicals. They are coming through our food. They are coming through our household products. They are coming through our cookware. So EWG, an environmental working group, they found an average of hundreds of toxins that are transferred from mother to child in utero. So if a mother had lead or mercury, then it actually gets transferred to baby. So this actually affects up to 4 generations, and it also turns on to bad genes in our cells, in our body, right? So these toxins, they're driving the inflammation in our body. And many of these toxins, right, they end up in our liver. Well, the bile then binds that toxins and then dumps it into the intestines and then brings the toxins back into the liver. So it creates this toxic cycle. And that's why we need to detox. That's why we need to use the binders. That's why we need to be able to parasite cleanse, right? To be able to grab those toxins out of your body so that you can really start to allow that your body to fully heal. And so research has also shown that there's a strong link between chronic inflammation and depression. So reducing that inflammation in our body and in our body, it improves the brain function, which can lead to clear thinking and reducing the depressive symptoms, and also even help you lose weight. The next area I kind of touched on this was also the pantry audit and kitchen overhaul. So speaking of toxins, we need to look at all of the practicalities in your immediate environment, from your kitchen to your cookware. What's in your pantry? What are you using for your household cleaning products? We need to make sure that those toxins are leaching into your food and into your body. The other aspect is EMF. I talked about this real quickly already, but EMF, right? There are these invisible areas of energy that are emitted by electrical devices through the Wi-Fi wires, through our cell phones, through other wireless technology. And if you actually start tracing back the history of EMF, it was used as a biological weapon during warfare, right? It is also a carcinogen that can also cause cancer. And so EMF exposure can disrupt the sleep patterns. It can contribute to our restlessness, poor quality of sleep, even just not having an easy way to fall asleep, right? So it can impact the mood, it can impact our mental clarity. EMF can also stimulate the nervous system, making it harder for your body to relax and wind down. It can also increase the activity of the parasites in your body. So all of this, right? So beyond just the studies and the research that we've done, I have a client in my private practice who owns a cell tower company and has also validated this as well. Okay, so the next aspect is stress management. Look, we all know stress kills, right? This is so cliche, but chronic stress exacerbates depression and can make it more difficult to manage for us. So we need to start introducing mindfulness practices like meditation, like our breath work that we're going to be going through today, even a gentle walk, a connection with nature, right? It lowers the stress level. So anytime you're finding yourself in that negative thought loop pattern, really, my invitation is get off your devices, go for a walk, go connect with nature. This simple hack is just change your environment and do something different. And then the next piece is also really critical. It's having a healthy digestion. So supporting a healthy digestion aims for, the goal is to aim for 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. And that is a key indicator to how healthy your body is, right? Hydration is also really important. And right, the crucial factor is maintaining a healthy gut microbiome. And then really movement is playing also a vital role, right? We see that physical activity is stimulating the muscle and your intestines, and then managing the stress that you're also, absorbing in your work and your daily life through practices like the mind-body approaches with yoga, meditation, breath work can also prevent these digestive issues. Okay, and finally, the 12th one is optimizing on breathing. Really interestingly, breathing addresses spiritual, physical, emotional, and spiritual connection, right? The beauty about breath is that it can be a very spiritual self-healing process that fosters autonomy. And from a physical aspect, it actually helps you boost the energy and vitality across all of your bodily functions, from your muscles, from your brains, to your organs, to your cells and your senses. And it also alchemizes the body by oxygenating it, and it also promotes detoxification. And also then, therefore, it strengthens the immune system and really helps promote healing of chronic conditions and anxiety and depression. And so what's really beautiful about the breath is that it's an ability to also directly access the life force energy and the prana and the chi within you that also enables you to connect with that higher self and your purpose. And it also enhances your intuition to allow you to hear and act on that inner voice. And so really akin to like plant medicine, right? And psychedelics. So if you're not ready for plant medicine or psychedelics, breath is such a great modality to explore in helping you in your healing process. And so why are we doing this, right? We're doing this with the Healing Compass program. We're here to support you. We're here to help you start shifting that paradigm and really helping you implement the right action to start helping you heal and thrive, right? So this is really about shifting that paradigm, because we know that the conventional hasn't really worked for us, right? And this is now shifting to, you are the CEO of your body, of your health. It's honoring that your body has its innate intelligence. It's working in collaboration with you as a practitioner, and honoring that and accessing your highest truth for your highest good, right? And it's shifting that hopelessness and development of new symptoms and throwing more medications on there to only get more, more side effects, to then now self-empowering you with the skills, the tools to finally heal, feel good, and feel resourced. And then finally, right, we're really taking a more natural, holistic approach here. And this is all about that collaboration. So in the long term, if you look at even from a cost perspective, you're saving so much more money by really focusing on the things that really address the root cause than being in this cycle of taking more medication to only get more sick and just being in this downward cycle and this downward loop. So look, we have extended our enrollment for the Healing Compass program until this Friday at midnight. If this is something that's resonating for you, if you think that we can help and support you, I invite you to check it out. You can join us at join.psychable.com/HCP. But really what I want to say is, there's a 97% of people and there's a 3% of people. The 3% of people are the ones who make the change and take action, right? The 97% are the ones that are functioning in that cycle of fear and making all kinds of excuses not to make the change. But I'm going to say that you're here for a reason. So I invite you to be the 3%, right? Even the 3%, we have fears, we have doubts, right? But it's making a choice, because all of this is a choice, right? And the people that make the choice are the people that are getting well and that are now able to change the world, to live out their purpose. right? So the invitation is choose to be the 3%. Know you're here for a reason. Know how powerful you are. This is the opportunity to really step into and reclaim your power, to reclaim your life. So take the choice and step into that promise. And the ones that are winning are the ones that are taking action, full stop. So if you want to help and you think we may be able to support you, we've been getting a lot of requests to open our enrollment back up. It's there for you. Cheryl's going to drop a link. If you want to jump on a call and talk through more of our offerings and how we can help you, Cheryl's also going to drop a link to book a call. And so now we want to transition to the breathwork session of the portion. And so let me just stop my screen here and let me invite you to come on camera for those of you that are wanting to join us for the breathwork portion of it. This breathwork technique that I'm going to be sharing with you is one of the most powerful techniques to now help you start shifting out of the state of anxiety, to help you start shifting out of the state of depression. And so if you have 30 minutes of time that you want to join us for the breathwork session, I invite you to join us now on camera. All right. And then if you can turn on your cameras, you can keep yourself muted, and then I will test the volume here. Give me 1 second. And if you're not comfortable being on camera, that's okay too. It's just, it enables me to help make any adjustments as well for you. And yes, there will be a replay for anybody that would like to revisit this recording again. Okay, so we sent instructions ahead of time on how to kind of prepare for this breathwork session. So the most ideal way is you want to be laying flat and propping yourself up at a 45-degree angle. And can you guys let me know if you can hear the music? Can you hear the music and I'm playing? Just type a yes in the chat, please. Okay, great. Awesome. Okay. All right. Can I also just get some quick feedback? Has this been helpful for you? What have you found valuable? What is something that you've learned today with us? Has this been helpful for you in the time that we've had together so far? Will you just drop in the chat and give us that feedback? Thank you. All right. So I am going to demonstrate a couple of things. If you have a piece of paper, right now, I want you to start writing down your intentions, right? Intentions are so critical when you're moving into any sort of healing modality. So the way I like to preface it is around the 3 Ps. It's precise, it's a positive feeling, and you want to presence it as if it's already happened. So you can, for example, start off by saying, I am, and you fill in the blank. So I am love, I am peace, I am harmony, I am courageous, I am wise. So write down what those intentions are for you. And once you have done so, I want you to start just laying down in position, prop yourself up at a 45-degree angle. And I want you to start scanning your body. I want you to start scanning your body from your head to your toes, down to your toes up, and then coming back up again. And as you're scanning your body, I want you to note down any area of your body that's feeling any pain, any tension, any tingling, any type of sensation. And as you note down the areas that you are feeling, I want you to write it down and I want you to give it a number from 1 to 10, 10 being the intensity of the feeling. And as you are doing that, I'm going to just help you remember a few things as we're moving into this next portion of the exercise. Okay, it may get hard. Your mouth may get dry. I invite you just to keep going. There may be times where there's a voice inside of you that's saying, this is really hard. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to just acknowledge that that is your ego speaking. And I want to invite you to keep going. Okay. And then you can also slow down the pace of your breath, and you want to just start prioritizing the breathing from the belly. And I'll demonstrate that for you in a second here. Okay. There also may be times when you're wondering if you're doing it right. I want you to just say, let that all go. I want you to relax into the experience and surrender into experience. I want you to keep going and focus on your breath. All right. And so I'm going to demonstrate there's 5 specific techniques that we're gonna incorporate during this session. And one is the belly breath. So it's gonna go something like this. It almost sounds like a ventilator. So you're gonna keep your mouth wide open like so, and then you're gonna breathe in. You're not going like this. It's not like that. It's okay. And when you're inhaling, you want to think about it as your belly is like a balloon, right? And so we're inhaling, you're inflating it like the balloon. And so you're inhaling and you're deflating like the balloon. I'm exaggerating with my hands, but it shows you this is really where we need to be concentrating on that belly breath. Okay, the next we're going to do is called the 2-stroke breath. So the 2-stroke breath, it's going to be in belly, in chest, and then exhale. So it's going to go something like this. All right. The next technique we're going to incorporate is called, it's going to combine the breath. So that 2-stroke breath is going to be combined as one big inhale. So it's going to go something like this. Okay, so you're going to feel the rise of your belly and your chest at the same time, right? And you're going to inhale again, keep your mouth wide open at the whole time of this practice. All right, next we're going to be doing what's called toning. So about 5 to 10 minutes, I'm going to kind of sense into it. We're going to start toning. So you're going to take a deep breath and tone. You're going to do that until you run out of breath. Okay, and you might want to do it 2 or 3 times after that. And then the fifth technique is holding your breath. So after we tone, we're going to hold our breath. So it's going to go one big inhale and then hold your breath. And then you hold your breath like you're diving deep, deep, deep down into the ocean floor. And you want to hold your breath until you can't hold it anymore. And then we want to repeat that at least 2 or 3 times as well. Okay. And so the invitation is for you to keep your eyes closed for the entire session. And then we will also invite you to repeat your intentions to yourself. And a reminder is keep that mouth wide open. And so let's begin. I'm going to get you propped up. And then I'm going to start the music. And then once I start the music, the invitation is for you to sync up your breath with the music, but prioritize that technique. So technique over the pacing. Okay. All right. So when you're beginning, when you're starting, let's lay down, make sure you're at a comfortable 45-degree angle. Go ahead and close your eyes. I want you to repeat your intentions over yourself again. I am love, I am peace, whatever that is for you. Open your mouth wide open and start breathing. So you're going to go like this. Keep going, keep going. Keep your mouth wide open at all times, in and out, in and out. In and out. Keep breathing, keep going with that belly breath. It is safe to breathe. It is safe to be here. It is safe to be in this body. It is safe to be present. Keep going. You can also relax the abdomen, try to relax into this experience. Surrender. The more you can surrender and relax into the experience, the more you will receive. And now I call on the I Am Presence to manifest the highest possibility for the perfect breathing session under grace, in perfect alignment with God presence, perfect integration of all suppressions, perfect acceptance of all good, and perfect remembrance. I call upon the I Am Presence, the higher self, angelic forces of light, great masters, be present with us today to guide, to assist, to support us on this perfect breathing journey. I thank you that it is all done, for the call compels the answer. In and out. I'm going to go ahead and start the music. In, out, in, out. Open that mouth wide. Inhale, exhale effortlessly. If you need to bend the knees to help you a little bit more, you can do so. You can even put your hand on your belly and just relax into the experience. Let yourself tune into the belly, focusing on the belly first. In this first portion, the belly breath is the engine that drives. The breath is the engine that drives life. We want to make sure we get that belly inflating, which means the diaphragm is moving as well. First, we're going to start with safety and security. It is safe to be on this planet. Allow yourself to feel any sensations that arise. Moving to the second energy center, it involves creativity and sexuality. Oftentimes, it's an area that we are storing a lot of energy. So we are breathing into that belly, coaxing up that energy, right? And you may feel any sort of subtle or intense activations, even in that sexual region. And again, it's all good. Surrender, allow whatever sensations to arise, be present. And as we surrender to those sensations that will come up, it will move and know that it will shift into something different. So welcoming all the sensations. Welcome the creative essence to flow. I am secure in my sexuality. It is safe for me to breathe. Now activate that third energy center at that diaphragm. Interestingly, our power center, right? Develop a harmonious relationship with your power, not by forcing, but by allowing. Harness the energy of life. I express my power harmoniously and healthy and whole. Next, we're going to move into that two-stroke breath to get into that chest. Remember, in the belly, in the chest, and out. So in belly, in chest, out. You can even place your hand on the chest if it helps you. Take a little extra time on that inhale to fill the chest. And now this stage, moving the breath into that belly, into the chest, using that two-stroke breath. In the belly, in the chest, then exhale. In belly, in chest, out. Let that belly inflate first, let that chest inflate. If you need to slow down the pace to feel the movement, that's completely fine. And once you get that movement, start feeling and moving into a faster pace, a little faster than usual. Here we're striving for more prana, more life force energy. We're coaxing up that energy and bring more oxygen into the body, and a faster pace helps us accomplish that. Become aware of whatever sensations are coming up for you. Let the energy move. Surrender to whatever is coming up so we can flow harmoniously with life, that life force energy, the Holy Spirit, the vibrational resonance. It is safe for me to be here. It is safe to be in my body. It is safe for me to express my higher truth. Moving up to that fifth energy center around the throat. Imagine you are all the way from the core to your throat. Your truth is valid. Your truth is valid. You are worthy of expression. Spend a fraction longer in that chest area. In belly, in chest, and out. Energetically move the point between the brows where there's an intuitive awareness that is activated. It is safe to express my intuition. It is safe to receive my full intuitive guidance. Feel the energy. Surrender to any concerns. It is all good. It is safe to express my feelings. Keep your mouth as wide open as possible. Stay relaxed, surrender. And now in that next inhale, merge the breaths. So one big inhale. Keep going, you're doing so good. It is safe to breathe. It is safe for me to be here. Repeat your intentions back into you. The next inhale, we're going to go into toning. So after one big inhale, we're going to tone. So here we go. You're going to keep toning until you cannot tone or hold that breath anymore. So tone, keep going. Tone until you run out your breath. Once you run out your breath, you're going to take another deep breath and you're going to tone again. Tone as long as possible until you run out of breath. You're going to do that again one more time. Take a deep breath. Keep holding as long as possible. Then you can go back to that breath work. In and out. In and out. Keep your mouth wide open. As you inhale, draw whatever energy is present to that throat center. Exhale, releasing that energy, transforming that into that vocalized sound. Inhale deeply, exhale fully, let it all out. And as long as it will go, as long as you want. And as you are finishing up your last toning, we're going to go into what's called the launch phase. We're going to breathe, inhale, and hold your breath. You ready? Go ahead and take a big inhale and hold your breath. Hold your breath like you are diving deep down towards the bottom of the ocean. Deep, 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 down, down, down. Hold that breath for as long as you can hold it. And if you cannot hold it anymore, you want to take another deep breath. And then you hold that breath again, diving deep, deep, deep down into the bottom of the ocean. And then when you're done, you're going to take another deep breath and you're going to hold that breath, all right? We're reaching that launch phase. Take a deep breath, inhale, hold that breath. Stay in that stillness, allow for life to express the I am presence. I call upon the I am presence to bring us a powerful and clear signal of connection now. When you want to start breathing again, you can just start inhaling and exhaling through the nose only. Just allow for the breath. Breathe in and out through your nose. I call upon the I am presence, the higher self, great angelic forces of light, great masters. Bring now whatever other gifts, guidance, healing, realizations, or awareness that we may need at this time. I thank you that it is all done, for the call compels the answer. Keeping your eyes closed, staying in this stillness. Take a moment to receive whatever else is coming to you. We are going to start grounding back into our bodies, keeping your eyes closed. Taking a deep breath, feel the ground beneath you. You can gently start moving your arms, your legs, still keeping your eyes closed. Take a moment to give gratitude for your life. Take a moment to give gratitude for this beautiful, powerful tool called the breath. Take a moment to give gratitude to whatever it is that you are grateful for in your life. Take a moment to recall the experience that we had just went through. Remember it down to your cellular level. Take a moment to now scan your body. Go to the areas that you had noted down in the beginning of the session that was creating any pain, sensation, or any tingling feelings. And then when you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes. Take a look at your surrounding. And then notate down next to where you had written down the areas of your body that you had any sort of pain or sensation. I want you to note down from a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being really intense. How does that area feel now for you? Okay, as we are wrapping up here, I want to invite you to share in our chat. You're welcome to come on camera if you would like to, but you can share in the chat. What did you experience? What did you see? What did you feel? How did your intention get fulfilled? Feel free to share with us in the chat what you felt the value was for you. What was your takeaway? In the last few minutes that we have left remaining, and as we close out for today, if you would like to step deeper into this work or you would like further support, I invite you to join our Healing Compass program. We've extended our enrollment until this Friday. You can also book a call with me. Cheryl will drop the chat in the chat, the links. Yeah, very relaxed. Awesome, Tim. So happy to have you here with us. I'm so happy to hear how it's helped you. Imagine if you did this exercise even for 5 minutes every morning, right when you wake up. Think about how it will help and shift you if you did this every day and the compounding effects. So that is my invitation to you. The whole idea is to give you these tools, to give you this knowledge, to give you this wisdom so you can feel self-empowered, to resource yourself, to help yourself, to heal. Because when you're doing it for yourself, you are then doing it for your children. If you are parents, you are then doing it for your loved ones, your family, and then you're able to then do it for your community too, right? Because the world needs you. And you are that powerful, right? That divine, that God, that higher source out there is all within us. We are all containers of that. That is how powerful you truly are. And I need you to know that, and I need you to remember that, because the world needs you. Okay? So as we wrap up, I invite you just to drink water, be really gentle with yourself as you're transitioning back into your day. I invite you to journal about the experience, really anchoring into the feeling. And yeah, thank you for being with us. I honor you, I love you, and I send you all the blessings. Take care and be well. Bye-bye.